Capital One deposit drama. Can you really break the bank? Ever get that feeling of accomplishment after a big win, a fat paycheck, or maybe selling that vintage game collection online? You clutch the wad of cash, a wide grin plastered on your face, and think, time to hit the bank. But then a nagging thought creeps in, can I even deposit all this at once? This internal debate is familiar to many, especially those banking with Capital One. So, let's cut to the chase. Does Capital One have a deposit limit? The answer, like most things in life, is, well, it depends. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's unpack why deposit limits exist. Banks aren't money hoarders, but they do have a responsibility to ensure the safety and security of your hard-earned cash. Large deposits can raise red flags for potential fraud or money laundering. Limits help banks identify suspicious activity and protect both you and themselves. All right, back to Capital One. They have different deposit limits depending on how you choose to fund your account: ATM deposits, mobile deposits, and in-branch deposits. Let's start with the classic ATM deposit. If you're the type who prefers the convenience of the ATM, be prepared for a daily cash deposit limit of $5,000. Seems reasonable, right? But here's the twist, there's also a total deposit limit of $5 million. So, while you can't shove a briefcase full of bills into the ATM in one go, you can spread out those deposits over time. Next up, the age of instant gratification, mobile deposits. Capital One's mobile app lets you deposit checks from the comfort of your couch. Super convenient, but there's a catch: daily and monthly deposit limits. The app itself will display the maximum amount you can deposit on any given day. If you have a monster check that exceeds the limit, you'll need to head to a branch or ATM. Finally, the good old-fashioned in-branch deposit. This method offers more flexibility. Capital One doesn't advertise a specific in-branch deposit limit, but generally, cash deposits are capped at $5,000 per transaction. However, speak to a banker if you have a larger amount to deposit. They might require additional documentation or split the deposit into multiple transactions. Important side note, these limits apply to Capital One's consumer checking and savings accounts. Business accounts might have different limitations. Always check with your banker or Capital One's website for the latest details. So, the big takeaway? Capital One does have deposit limits, but they vary depending on your chosen deposit method. ATMs have a $5,000 daily cash deposit limit, mobile deposits have daily and monthly limits displayed in the app, and in-branch deposits are generally capped at $5,000 per transaction. Remember, these limits are there to protect you and the bank. If you have a significant amount to deposit, communicate with your banker beforehand to ensure a smooth transaction. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.